name is Megan Ryan, and I got into aviation initially with the AviNation Explorers. Actually, in the beginning, it was Wright Flight. Wright Flight was my first introduction to flying. When I was 14, I got to take my first airplane ride, and I got bit by the bug, and it totally changed my life. From then, I was like, this is something I want to do and pursue. That was when I was 14. And then after that, I found out about the AviNation Explorers, and then that's how I was able to get my private pilot certificate when I was 19. So, been a part of it ever since. Probably the craziest part has been all the adventures that I've gotten to do along the way, but also I've encountered a lot of difficulties in my flying, setbacks, either financial setbacks or even if it wasn't a financial setback, there was always something, weather, planes being down, maintenance. So I think what makes a good pilot really is how you overcome those setbacks and difficulties and press through them and use your good aeronautical decision making. Presently, I just got my commercial certificate, passed that at the beginning of this month in July. So I'd like to get a job here soon, build up my time, my flight hours, and the end goal, of course, is ATP. So I want to get my airline transport pilot's license and finish up the rest of my training, get my multi-engine too, so be able to qualify for the ATP, of course. Oh man, I've flown a couple different airplanes. My initial training, I was in a Cessna 150. Then I moved up to a 172 when I did my instrument, and then I finished my instrument in a low-wing Piper Archer. And the Archer, I have to say, it's been really nice because it's glass cockpit. It was a brand new airplane. I mean, when we got it at our flight school, it only had 20 hours of flight time on it. So I think it was fresh out of the factory. That was probably one of the coolest airplanes I've gotten to fly so far. But I'm sure that will change in the future, and I'll get to probably maybe add some actual bucket list airplanes off of my list, like a P-51 Mustang or maybe even a jet here or there. So that's the goal, obviously. So for anybody who's trying to get involved in aviation, don't let the initial hurdles scare you. A lot of people say that aviation is really expensive. There are so many scholarships out there. There are tons of different opportunities. You can find a way. If you really want to pursue aviation and you really love flying, take a discovery flight. Those aren't too expensive. Save up your money to do that. Do a discovery flight. And if you really loved it after that discovery flight and you're very passionate about it, find a way, get involved with an organization, maybe like AviNation Explorers, like what I did, or a different organization. There's so many out there, EAA with Young Eagles. There are ways for you to get involved. So just find that person and they will help you. That's the great thing about aviation in general. We have such a tight-knit community here. It's huge and it can be daunting at times, but it seems like everybody is a friend and everybody wants to help get you involved. So, oh man, everything at Oshkosh is fantastic. Probably, if I had to pinpoint one thing, it's definitely the night air show. I think that is a must-see thing for any person that comes to Oshkosh. You have to see the fireworks, you gotta see the night air show. But I love all of Oshkosh and the people here. Getting to see friends, it's like a big family reunion, everybody coming back together, so that's probably my other favorite part. So, I got to be in AviNation because of my knowing Jacob Peed. We're fellow acquaintances, follow each other on social media, and he approached me and he's like, hey, would you be willing to write an article about your flight training journey so far? And I was like, yeah, of course I would. So I literally just sent him an article, a couple paragraphs long through an email, and he asked me for some pictures and I sent him a bunch of pictures, and it was so easy. And then come to find out, I ended up getting the cover, which was amazing. So I was really excited about that.